Hi guys, my name is Tiffany and welcome back to another video. So in this one I thought I would discuss on things I wish I knew before I started working as a nurse.
'Cause anywhere you feels right, anywhere you feels like Paris in the train, Paris in the train. When I'm with you, when I'm with you, Paris in the train, Paris in the train.
So I thought I would just kind of rewind back time to before I started working. So I've been working as a nurse for almost 5 years now. It is actually my 5th year this year, and it's pretty crazy to know that I've been a nurse for that long. And I feel like I say that all the time, but I feel like every year that adds on, the more and more experience that I gain, the more knowledge that I know, it's just crazy to see how much I have grown and improved. And when I think about my new grad times and going back to how I was as a new grad, there was a lot of things that I wish I knew back then before I started working. So I thought I would share them with you guys. So the first one being benefits. So when I first started working, I'm going to tell you guys that I had no idea what this was all about. Retirement, benefits, 401ks, 403bs, all that stuff, I had no idea what it was about. And I wasn't sure on how to start or even where to start. And that was something that I wish I knew when I first started going into nursing about all of this. So for me, I didn't do any full-time jobs when I was in high school or anything like that. So I didn't have experiences on knowing what it was like to save up for retirement, what retirement plans I should apply for, benefits, healthcare benefits especially. Like this whole world was just so brand new to me. So I'm just going to tell you that the more and more you get into it, the more they will teach you, and hopefully your hospital has resources that you can go to ask these kind of questions. And luckily every place that I've been to has like courses that will teach me all I need to know and talk about all the different plans they offer and what retirement funds I should do. So it's just something that I kind of wish I knew before going into it, but you will definitely learn as you get into it, so don't worry about that. And this one that I always get troubled with at the very beginning was time management and critical thinking. So I feel like any new grad out there can relate to my struggle. And when I started out at the very beginning, I had a lot of issues with how to time manage and especially critically think. So I'm just going to tell you now, do not be discouraged. It's going to just take time. So everyone feels super discouraged when they don't get the time management right, when they aren't able to critically think. And I'm just telling you that it's just something you can't rush and you cannot speed this up. It just takes more and more years of experience as you get through it. And something I just want to tell you is that it took me at least a year to just be able to do time management. And I want to say after the 1 year mark, then I was slowly able to do more critical thinking. So I'm not going to say that I have now been able to master critical thinking working for 5 years, but I'm going to tell you that it does get a little bit easier and a little bit better just the more you start working. And I want to say it took me about at least 3 or 4 years to be able to gain more of that critical thinking knowledge. And now I can confidently teach new grad nurses and new hire nurses and nursing students. So it's just something that takes time. So please don't beat yourself up for it. And I feel like every new grad deals with this struggle. So you are not alone. Remember that. It's just something that's just going to take some time. So don't feel discouraged. So this one is extremely controversial. So I just thought that I would just put a disclaimer out there. But I'm just going to tell you that being specialized in NICU, really, nursing school taught me nothing about my specialty. So whether you are a NICU nurse or you are specializing in something super specific and a specific population, really nursing school teaches you general basics and general knowledge. And a lot of times you're learning about adults. And a lot of things that nursing schools do is they try to gear you towards the med-surg mentality on all the different diagnoses and things that you will deal with in med-surg. So of course you have your clinical rotations and you're going to be floating around to multiple different units. You're going to experience all sorts of different things. And what I do love about nursing school is it gives you that option for you to explore. So of course you just get dips here and there, and you're not going to be able to fully gain knowledge for each specialty. And that's why when you graduate, what you really learn is what you're going to learn as you start working. And really the NICU knowledge that I gained is what I gained when I started working as a new grad. So I did have nursing school experience in the NICU. I had 2 days in the NICU during my maternity rotation, and I did have experience in my senior preceptorship semester, which is the last semester of nursing school, where I was able to go into the NICU and have my senior preceptorship experience there. So I did have NICU experience there, but I'm going to tell you that every NICU is so different as well. So the experience that I gained in nursing school in my NICU preceptorship is so different from the nursing experience that I have working as a new grad nurse and the experience that I have now. So really what you're going to learn is just through hands-on teaching, and you're going to gain that through your orientation, wherever hospital you end up working at. So if you specialize, that's what's going to happen. And I'm not going to say that nursing school isn't worth it and that you shouldn't really focus in nursing school, because that is super important to be able to have the foundation that you need. And that's why nursing schools exist, to give you that foundation. And of course, you need to pass the NCLEX, and the NCLEX is going to ask you all sorts of questions. It doesn't specialize in something. So you really need to have that knowledge. But really, I'm just going to say that what I learned in nursing school has nothing relevant to what I'm doing in my work life now. Nothing really applies. Of course, just basics like head to toe assessments and things like that. But really, because I specialize in such a unique unit, everything is so different. So I have only gained the knowledge that I have through my experience working, and that's what I had gained through doing my orientation. And so I thought I would just put that out there. And of course, take nursing school seriously, and this is not my green light for you guys to just fool around and things like that. Nursing school is extremely important, so please make sure to pay attention. And lastly, I thought I would mention this, that if you think that working is just going to work and coming home, that is not the case. So really, on my unit, especially in the NICU, it is not just going to work, doing your job, and going home. We are involved in other things on the unit, such as task force, committees, and there's also opportunities for you to do like volunteer service and things like that and be more involved on the unit. So it's not just for you to go in there, do your job, and go home. There's a lot of things that you need to be actively involved in. There's also circumstances where we do policy reviews, we do a little bit of research, and we do audits too. So it's not just doing your job and going home. There's a lot of things involved as well, and we all need the nurses to collaborate with each other, and they really want to see that you're actively involved. So make sure that wherever you work, to be as involved as possible. Join a committee. So make sure to be actively involved on your unit. So of course this benefits the unit, but this also benefits you as well, because it's going to help you grow as a nurse, and you're really going to learn more about the ins and outs of the unit. And so it's something that I try to be as involved in as much as possible. So right now I'm involved with 2 committees at my hospital. And as I continue to advance further, I want to be able to gain more knowledge. And it's a great way to have learning opportunities, because you're going to learn lots of different things with everything you're involved with. So make sure to put yourself out there, and this is the best way to do so. So hopefully this video was helpful to you guys, and please let me know down in the comments below, for those out there who are working, what is some things you wish you knew before you started working as a nurse. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
'Cause